Stand mixers are supposed to be kitchen workhorses. So if it looks more like a Lipizzaner stallion jumping and dancing around, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Stand mixers are all made to do the same things: mix, knead, and whip. So why do prices range from a modest dinner out to something that resembles a car payment?
The Hamilton Beach stand mixer is clearly made for those who need the right kitchen tool but with a more modest budget. In this review, I will tackle the key question of whether or not cheap can still equal good. I'll put this mixer through my tests here in my home by taking it through a variety of mixing and baking tasks, and you'll see why I don't think the bowl or the accessories are properly sized. And yes, you'll also hear more about how the mixer will shimmy and shake like Bruno Mars. Are these major problems or just part of the show? I'm going to lay out the pros and the cons and let you know if I think I could recommend this mixer for you.
Let's take a look at what's in the box. You'll get, of course, the main mixer unit itself. Now prepare yourself for the fact that it is made mostly of plastic. While it has retro good looks, the light weight of the body does have me wondering about its longevity. Since it doesn't have the benefit of weight to hold it in place, 4 suction cups on the bottom will help anchor it during heavy mixing tasks. This model is a tilt head stand mixer, and the tilt action is released using a button on the front. The only other control is a speed dial offering 7 speeds. Now, another surprise is the mixing bowl. This 4-quart bowl is made of lightweight aluminum, but it has a plastic base which locks into the mixer. This is another item of concern for me in terms of how long this mixed material is going to last. The Hamilton Beach mixer comes with a set of all the basic mixer attachments. You've got your flat batter beater, a dough hook, and a whisk, which again uses more plastic where it connects to the mixing arm.
The motor is where most stand mixers are made or broken. They have to be powerful enough to hold up against even the thickest cookie dough without burning out or overheating.
The Hamilton Beach mixer comes with a 7-speed 300-watt motor. Now you may be surprised to learn this is the same power you'd find in a KitchenAid Classic mixer. While a KitchenAid Classic will give you 3 more speeds for a total of 10, the overall power of the motor is largely the same.
So how does the Hamilton Beach stand mixer undercut its competition with its price? Well, the all-plastic body screams budget-friendly.
The plastic body makes it lightweight and easy to handle, so you can easily move it around. What's most concerning, though, is that plastic body tends to shake when kneading stiffer doughs. It's a testament to how powerful the motor is, but it doesn't inspire confidence in the durability, especially if you plan to use this mainly for long mixing sessions or tougher dough.
Let's get to it. I put this mixer through a variety of tests in my kitchen here to see how it would hold up.
I started out making cake batter. Right away, I found a significant frustration when trying to cream butter and sugar. The attachments seem not to adequately reach the bottom or the sides of the bowl, much more so than any other stand mixers I've reviewed. When using the whisk attachment to cream the butter and the sugar, it really succeeded more in compacting the mixture against the bottom and sides of the bowl instead of incorporating it. This meant I had to stop multiple times to scrape up the sides and the bottom to try and get it all to mix in properly, meaning it ended up taking me about 3 or 4 times as long to perform this simple task. Even when adding the eggs and the mixture became looser and more malleable, the whisk attachment was still not really able to properly incorporate the ingredients, and a large clump of batter stuck in the bottom of the whisk and had to be scraped out every time.
While my cake batter did finally come together, I left this task feeling like it would have just been easier and faster to mix it by hand, which is not very confidence-inspiring. Next up, I used it to make the icing for the cake.
Making an Italian-style buttercream, I wasn't convinced it was going to be able to whip the 3 egg whites properly as part of the first step of this recipe, so I was surprised to find it was actually quite effective and whipped them into stiff peaks quite quickly. Once I added the sugar syrup, it created a beautiful fluffy icing.
Next, I opted for a classic chocolate chip cookie dough. I find this type of stiffer cookie dough to be a really good challenge for any stand mixer.
I opted to use the batter beater for this task and found, like before, it took a long time to cream the butter and the sugar. After a while, it really just looked like the mixer was slapping the ingredients into the side of the bowl and not blending them. The other thing that became extremely evident is that the plastic body of the mixer doesn't allow itself to hold itself steady. The entire body of the mixer shakes and shifts, and it actually looks like it's about to tear itself apart. Adding flour to the cookie dough presented a major challenge for the Hamilton Beach stand mixer, but surprisingly, it was able to complete the task. It did leave me concerned, though, that over the long term, challenging the mixer like this might prove career-ending for the mixer.
Overall, if you're a baking newbie looking to dip a toe into the world of cookies, cakes, and bread, the Hamilton Beach stand mixer might be a good starter appliance. But for experts who frequently work with stiffer doughs or need longer kneading times, this one may leave you wanting more. Let's go over the pros and the cons.
On the pro side, the design is cute and it comes in several colors. It's quite lightweight, which does make it easier to move in and out of storage. The tilt head allows you to get into the bowl a little easier, and the fact it comes with 3 mixing attachments does give it some versatility. On the downside, the mixer's plastic construction not only concerns me for its longevity, but also allows the mixer to shake and sway to the point where it's actually concerning whether or not it's going to break itself. The plastic portions on both the mixing bowl and the whisk are also worrying. I found that while it has 7 speeds, there's not so much difference between them.
Where it counts on tougher mixing tasks, it was able to complete the job, but I am a little worried about how many times the machine can seemingly strain itself like that before it's going to call it quits. So is this machine for you? I think if you keep the use to lighter mixing and baking tasks like whipping or making cake batter, you'll probably enjoy this mixer. If you're hoping for a workhorse that's going to take on more challenging tasks for you, I would say skip this one and consider some other options instead. If you're looking to stay on budget, I can definitely recommend the KitchenIn stand mixer. It's got an all-metal construction and a really funky design too. Of course, you could always save up and invest in the gold standard, a metal KitchenAid classic stand mixer. I've reviewed both of these devices and you can check those out right here. The Hamilton Beach stand mixer sells for about $119 US or $159 Canadian, and you can get yours as I got mine from Amazon.